Hey everyone, welcome. We all use automation pretty much every day, right? For scheduling meetings, managing our smart homes, you name it. But what if I told you that most of the automation out there is, well, it's kind of stuck in the past. It's just following simple, rigid orders. Today, we're going to dive into a much smarter way to automate, one that can actually adapt and maybe even think for itself. Let's get into it. So, let me ask you something straight up. Are your automations just blindly following orders? Are they super rigid, breaking the second something unexpected pops up? If you've ever felt totally frustrated by the limits of your current tools, then you are definitely in the right place.
You can think of traditional automation like a machine with really simple gears. It's built to do one thing, in one very specific way. And yeah, when everything is absolutely perfect, it works. But let's be real, the world is messy. The moment anything changes, these fixed rules just can't keep up, and the whole system starts to struggle. Or worse, it just breaks down completely.
And that, right there, leads us straight into what I call the automation trap. We're about to break down exactly why these older, rule-based systems just can't hack it anymore.
And look, these are probably things you've run into yourself, right? First off, you've got these rigid rules. They're fine for perfectly structured data, but the second you throw a messy email or a complicated PDF at them, poof, they fail. Then there's the total lack of adaptability. Every single time a new business need comes up, it's back to the drawing board, manually updating everything. And finally, the decision-making. It's just not there. Any little exception or bit of confusion brings the entire process to a screeching halt, just waiting for a human to step in and fix it.
Okay, so what if you could actually break free from that trap? Well, that's where n8n comes into the picture. It's a platform that was literally designed for automation without limits. So what is n8n really? At its heart, it's an open-source, low-code platform for connecting all your different apps and APIs. And its whole philosophy is super simple. Give you the power and the flexibility to build the exact workflows you need without ever being limited by the tool itself. And it's all built on these three really powerful ideas. You've got this awesome visual builder where you just drag and drop these things called nodes to design your workflow. Because it's open source, you have total freedom, no getting locked into one company's ecosystem. And this is huge. You can self-host it. That means you have complete control over your own data and your own infrastructure. For anyone in, say, healthcare or finance, that level of control isn't just a nice to have, it's an absolute must. All right, so what can you actually connect with this thing? Well, this is where you start to see the real scale of n8n. We're talking more than 400 pre-built integrations ready to go right out of the box. So you can connect your entire communication stack. We're talking Slack, Discord, Telegram, Microsoft Teams, and keep all of your conversations perfectly in sync. You can also get all your data organized, whether it's sitting in a traditional database like Postgres, a spreadsheet like Google Sheets, a modern tool like Airtable, or even just files in S3. And you can build way smarter by plugging directly into the world of AI, with built-in connections for OpenAI, Anthropic, Google Gemini, and the entire LangChain ecosystem. And for all the developers watching, you could hook into GitHub, GitLab, and even run custom SSH commands. This gives you basically endless ways to customize and extend your workflows. Okay, so we've seen it has a ton of connections. That's great. But how does it actually solve those big, frustrating problems of rigid, fragile automation that we talked about earlier? Well, this is where its unmatched flexibility really shines. So remember that whole lack of adaptability problem? A lot of services, especially older ones, don't use modern webhooks to push out updates. n8n gets around this with a clever technique called polling. Instead of just waiting for a signal that might never come, n8n can periodically check a service for new stuff. Every minute, every hour, whatever you set. It means you can build powerful, trigger-based workflows for almost any service out there. And what about those rigid rules? What happens when a pre-built node just doesn't quite cut it? This is n8n's ultimate escape hatch, the code node. You can literally just drop in your own custom JavaScript or Python to handle any unique business logic, tricky data transformation, or specific calculation you can dream up. You are never, ever stuck. Okay, so n8n gives you all this amazing flexibility, but what if we could take it to a whole new level? What if we could move beyond just doing tasks and create workflows that can actually, well, think? Welcome to the AI revolution in automation. And look, this isn't just a tiny step forward. This is a total game changer. We're moving away from those simple mechanical gears of rule-based systems and into an intelligent system that can learn, reason, and adapt on the fly. This lets us tackle really complex, unpredictable jobs that were just impossible for automation before.
Let's put this side by side so you can really see the difference. Traditional automation, it runs on fixed, if this, then that logic. It needs clean, structured data, and its decisions are totally binary, yes or no. AI automation, though, uses adaptive AI models. It loves unstructured stuff like text and images, and it makes cognitive, nuanced decisions. Honestly, it's the difference between a calculator and a real problem solver.
So how does this magic actually work inside n8n? It's all about this cool concept called tool calling. Here's how it goes down. First, an AI agent gets a complex goal from you, just in plain English. Second, the agent actually thinks, and it breaks that goal down into a logical, step-by-step plan. And third, this is the amazing part. It selects and uses any of n8n's hundreds of nodes as tools to get stuff done in the real world. So you could say something like, find my top 5 leads from our CRM, summarize what they need, and draft a personalized email to each one. The agent just gets it. It plans the steps, then uses the CRM node, an AI node, and an email node to make it happen. So when you put all of this together, you can really start to see how n8n gives you a serious competitive edge and why it's so unique in the automation world. So let's just boil it down. What's the n8n advantage? You get native AI agents with that powerful tool calling built right in, something a lot of other platforms just don't have. You get the total freedom of self-hosting for complete data control, and the pricing is transparent and predictable. You're not going to get hit with those hidden per-action fees that can spiral out of control. When you really think about it, n8n isn't just a rule-based tool, and it's not just some AI experiment. It is the bridge. It connects the rock-solid reliability of traditional automation with the incredible intelligence of cutting-edge AI, all on one single platform. So I want to leave you with this one final thought. If your tools were no longer just following orders, if they could actually reason, plan, and act all on their own, what amazing, incredible things would you build? The possibilities, for the first time, are truly without limits.